Well, hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode. Hey, we've heard a few rumors that are going around that there's a few mushrooms that are coming up a little bit early out there. And we're going to go out and see if we can find out if this rumor is true. So come for a walk with us, see what we can see. We have a little beaver lodge here that's been, looks like somebody's been excavating. Wow. Yeah, very cool. Big old hole back in here. Yeah, somebody, looks like some animal ripped out the backside of this guy a little bit here. Trying to get at the beaver. I don't know what it is that came after him, but, you know, several videos ago, actually it was pretty close to this time last year, I'd found an actual beaver carcass that was completely devoured except for the tail and the feet. Yeah, pretty wild. But, this is what their lodges look like. Here, I'll back up a bit so we can get a bit of a better view. Yeah, the beaver, the Castor canadensis. These guys are around. Yeah. How bizarre. How bizarre. Neat find. Well, apparently the rumors are true. These are little tiny buttons, and these are also buttons, but a little bit bigger. And, well, here's some more here too. Wow. So the chanterelles are out. These are the golden Pacific chanterelles, the Chanterelles formosus. Yeah, these guys are very, very highly sought after. And these guys are just buttons. They haven't started opening up and flaring yet. And they have, instead of gills, they've got these little wrinkly vein-like things. Just really, really neat looking. These guys will flare up and kind of flute out a little bit. And yeah, these guys are early, man. This is like the middle of June, and they're here, they're over there, they're over there. It's like, wow. Oh geez, there's a swack bunch right there too, and more up the hill. Like, this is amazing. I'm not going to go and harvest a bunch of these because they're just too small, and I just wanted to pull this one up to give you a little example. But you can see how their rim of the margin of their cap there curls under, and then eventually it will flare out, and they can get quite big. But it's been so dry, so whether or not these guys are going to develop, I don't know. But there are some amazing, amazing little attributes to these guys. They've got everything in them. They are so good for us. They are loaded with polyphenols, which are anti-cancerous. They're going to help protect our DNA, and they're going to help boost our immune systems. And they've got polysaccharides, which do the same thing. They've got antioxidants. They've got anti-inflammatory qualities. They have, oh god, they've got antimicrobial. And here's one too that I always find kind of weird when it comes to mushrooms: antifungal. They've got antimicrobial qualities. They've got antibiotic qualities. They've got flavonoids. They've got triterpenes, antioxidant qualities. The list goes on and on. So yeah, they're pretty neat. Also, bugs and worms don't really like these guys. They have anti-nematode qualities to them. Yeah, but they've got protein. They've got carbs. And in just a cup, if you say you picked a cup of these raw ones, there's like only 18 or 19 calories in an entire cup of these things. And you've got several grams of carbs, you've got several grams of fiber. It's low in sugar and it's low in fat, which is really good. But these guys are loaded with ergosterols, and with the sunlight, they can make vitamin D, and lots of it. And again, if we got into like a cup full of these guys, you're probably getting about 15% of your daily intake of vitamin D. Now, not only vitamin D, they've got vitamin A, they've got vitamin E, they've got vitamin C, which you don't hear often in fungi. They also have vitamin B1, 2, 6, and 12. So, you know, just really, really cool. Awesome for us. And when it comes down to different minerals and everything like that, we've got phosphorus, and they've got potassium, they've got iron, they've got calcium, they've got selenium. Just so many good things for us in them. Just really, really cool. And they're very, very tasty. Just really great. You can dehydrate these guys, and you can just pretty much put them in anything you want. So wow, very cool. The rumors are true, and yes, the chanterelles are out. Oh, and for our friends across the pond, yes, you don't have the formosus, but you do have the Chanterelles siberius. And those guys have the exact same things in them. They just differ a little bit in their DNA, that's all. So yeah, wow. But they are just buttons, and we're gonna let them grow a little bit more. And like I said, it's been very, very dry out, but yeah, just wonderful little guys. Now I think the word for last year, for when it comes to mushrooms, I would have to say abundance. This year, maybe abundant as well, but it's quite early. So yeah, that's awesome. First sign. And here's another one down here. So these guys are all through this hillside, which is wonderful. So we will be coming back to these guys once they get a little bit bigger. And we're gonna bring a few home with us. Just absolutely awesome. Nice, they're just literally everywhere in here. Look at this. Oh, I'm stoked. I think we're gonna have an amazing mushroom year, my friends. Well, that was just one of the 7 different chanterelle spots that I have on my property, and those are just the ones I know of, and because they can crop up in funny little different places. Just gonna cross the drying up creek here, but yeah, they're just amazing little critters. But I've checked all the other ones and all the other spots, and I couldn't find any buttons there, but give them time. Yeah, so we're just coming up on another mushroom that we highlighted on the last video, but we weren't quite sure of the identity, and we've had some help. So we actually are pretty sure we know what it is, and I've got a little bit of information on it for you. So I'm coming up on it now. Starting to get really windy out here. And down in the valley here, valley's so low, it stays quite moist, even through the middle of summer. Like we've got, it's a big alder grove through here, and we've got the lady ferns, and we've got trailing Pacific blackberries, and we got the salmon berries. But because of that moisture, we get little friends that like to poke their heads out. Look at this little beauty here. It seems to be the only one by itself, a little lonely fella. But let's take a little bit of a closer look on this one and see if we can see any macro features that are identifiable or recognizable to us. Yeah, there's a lot of soil, beautiful soil, but there's also a lot of woody debris. He's got a white stipe. It's got all this velar material all the way around it. And it looks like it has little scales, or are those little pieces of the velar material on the actual cap. And just over here we have some larger, more matured ones, plus another beauty in the back that's younger. Wow, so this one is the same as the other one that had that velar material all the way around the margin and on the cap as well. And when they get older, they get a little bit more buff like these guys. And these guys also have left a lovely purple-black spore print. Look at that. Beautiful. Love this. So with the help of one of our amazing subscribers out there, I think we may have possibly narrowed this down to Candolomyces candolianus. So with all the attributes, the macro attributes, this is probably about as close as we're going to get. Now if this is what they are, the Candolomyces candolianus, these guys were in the Chanterelles genus, but they got moved over in 2020 by Mr. Watched and Meltzer. So this was in 2020, which was, I was told by one of our amazing subscribers, like I'd mentioned. And so originally, Elias Magnus Fries, the king, god, whatever you want to say, of mycology, he called it Agaricus candolianus. And so, you know, as back then, all guild mushrooms got thrown in the Agaricus genus. Now, one of the amazing things is a variant of this in Iraq has been used medicinally for years. So it has antimicrobial properties against Staphylococcus aureus. And so, yeah, again, we're back into amazing stuff here. Plus, they use it as a food source. So, these guys are edible, and they can get up to about 3.5 inches, and these guys are just about 3.5 inches here. Pretty neat. And they've got, they're very fragile, as we can see here. He just popped right out. And you can see the dark gills. Yeah, so apparently edible, but not advisable, due to the fact that they are so hard to identify, because there are so many that look the same that are actually toxic or poisonous. So, you know, you just got to do your due diligence out there and make sure that you're positive. Now, I personally am not going to ingest any of these because I'm still not completely 100% certain, but we're like in the 90% certain range, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, they're still going to stay on the forest floor. Beautiful, and medicinal. So very neat. Yeah, these guys are extremely, like, oh, I've got a mosquito biting me constantly here. Sorry. Yeah, very fragile, and they just fall apart in your hands. But they're, you know, they like hanging around rotten stumps and logs, and here's some very rotten logs, and here's a rotten stump here, and yeah. So there we have it, folks. I think we have narrowed it down to Candolomyces candolianus. Very cool. Thank you very much for your help on this one. Okay, so we have planted our bush cam, and we have planted an egg. I just kind of broke it a little bit so that they can get some essence of the egg. And the reason why I put it here is because there are other eggshells laying all over the place here. All different kinds, little chunks of them all over the place. So, we are going to find out who the culprit is that keeps bringing eggs into the forest and stealing the duck eggs. Pretty sure we know what it is. Like, we're pretty sure it's a raccoon because we don't have fox on the island. I mean, it could be a mink, it could be even a big rat, we don't know. But yeah, so that is the plan. I will keep you updated. This is a rock formation. Aren't those wild? The eye of the forest. The eye of Ra. Almost kind of looks like the bottom of Boba Fett's ship. Well, any of you Gen Xers might know that one. Yeah, wild. Just amazing. That broke off, like, off the bluff here not too long ago. So, pretty wild. Glad I wasn't underneath it when it came down. Ooh, this is getting crazy town. Definitely too scary to be out in the forest now. There's trees going to be coming down soon, I think. I think we'll be lucky to have our power on tonight. All right, everybody. We had to cut her short here because the wind has started to pick up and it's getting a little bit crazy out there. And yeah, there's branches falling and the wind's just howling the trees around. Yeah, we've had pretty windy May and June. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, getting a little too dangerous out here. Plus, little dog was chasing a rabbit and she hurt her leg. And I've got to get her home to get her rested. And she's just limping. She hasn't done any major damage, but I want her to get home and get her rested. So if you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe button. And until next time, my friends, take care out there.